Indiana Jones, It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute. This is the show where we discuss the film Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, 3 minutes at a time. My name is Tom Taylor.
My name is Pete Mummert.
I'm Gerald Christopher, Big Togger Porter.
And we're here to discuss minutes 121 to 123 of Dial of Destiny. These begin with Indy getting shoved into his seat on the big airplane. Out on the airfield, Tiddly finds a quiet place to hotwire a Nord. And then he steals a plane. Helena chases the big plane down the runway, and Tiddly follows. Fighting the wind and the rain, Helena is finally able to leap onto the landing gear and climb into the plane before it takes off, and Tiddly takes off after them, not realizing the plane's owner is asleep in the back.
What?
In the big plane, Fuller and Kleber observe a bright, cloudy thing shining through the storm, and the dial pointing towards it, indicating that everything is going to go just perfectly.
Well, we start off with a little joke here where Fuller tells Indy, fasten your seatbelt, there might be some turbulence. And Indy says, you're German, Voller. Don't try and be funny.
Yeah.
His line's kind of funny, but it's also funny that he is, in every movie, we learn that he's fluent in every single language in the world, but he pronounces Fuller, like he says Voller, in a way that sort of betrays very little knowledge of German.
Yeah, the way I was
funny.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So look, if we're going on the old gag that like Germans are not funny, so who are the funniest people then?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Yeah. Right. Pete, I want to put the spotlight on you and watch you try and dance your way out of this.
Well, I think the Germans are very funny, especially in Berlin. They have this really dark sense of humor that I think is hilarious. So I'm.
So you think Indy?
I'm not saying they're the funniest, but I think he's wrong. Yeah.
Who are funny people?
The Brits are funny, or at least a lot of great comedies come out of Britain.
Is anybody not funny?
Yeah, is there a race of people or a nationality of people that's just not funny?
Yeah,
it's just not. Well, I mean, Indy seems to think it's the Germans.
Yeah,
I've often thought about this in terms of like alcohol. And like you're like, oh, okay, I'm Irish, grew up in an Irish family, we heard a lot of jokes about our own. And, my cousins told all sorts of jokes about being Irish and being, strong drinkers. And you're like, great, all right, we get it, fine. And then you're like, but then when you hear like Russians talk about Russians, they talk about their cohorts and compatriots also like great drinkers. And then I've heard like the Finns, the Finns talk about like we're such great drinkers.
It starts to seem like just everybody's drunk.
I don't know. I've heard that. I've heard a lot of.
Well, it's funny that you can. It's funny that you can use, like, they can say something as a boast and someone else can say the same thing about them as an insult. Like,
yeah,
I love that it can be a multi-edged sword.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Germans have Oktoberfest. And you're like, they're great drinkers. You know what I mean? You're
Almost
just like,
everybody's a great drinker, too.
That's my point.
Yeah.
When they're talking about themselves, they all, like, these groups all have, like, wonderful stories or everybody.
Great food, great drinkers.
Great food, great drinkers. Yeah, I think it's very funny. But in this, it's like, no, the reasons Indy's gag, let's say, or his joke lands is because, quote, we all know the Germans are not funny.
I guess without knowing about what comedy they've put out or something, they do have the I don't know, the what's the word? They seem like a serious dour people.
They're very matter of fact.
Yeah.
No
nonsense, humorless, if you will.
Which I'm going to take the point again. How did Hogan's Heroes ever exist?
That's why it was brilliant, Sherry.
How do you have Hogan's Heroes?
They said, let's take the
comedy.
one humorless nation on earth and make it really funny.
I mean, I think it's fun at the Germans' expense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
that's crazy.
I don't know. Let me look. All right, look, we're all American.
Mm-hmm.
Are Americans funny?
I think so.
Yes, but I don't
Yeah.
think we're necessarily funnier than anybody. I think everybody's funny. I think it's
Yeah.
we have a monopoly on. I mean, less so, but we've had almost a monopoly on mass entertainment. So not only do
Sure.
we seem
Yeah.
like we're the funny
Right.
ones, but we also the people that we say aren't funny, people assume are also not funny. And I don't think any of that's actually true. I think it's just
Yeah.
because of our monopoly on the entertainment industry.
Well, I mean, it's hard to it's very hard to be American and weigh in on that because, of course, I'm
Right.
like, well, yeah,
my best friends are
the
Americans.
fish isn't.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of very funny Americans, but there are a lot of very
Yeah.
funny people who are not Americans. Who,
Yeah.
Even in America, there are a lot of very funny non-Americans who do comedy.
Sure.
New Zealanders. There are a lot of funny New Zealanders. You got your
Yeah.
Flight of the Conchords, those guys and everything.
Yeah, those guys are really funny.
They're amazing.
Short Poppies.
Wait, what's that?
That was the guy, their band manager from Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, yeah.
Had a series of documentaries, and he played a different character in every one, and they were
Oh, my God.
absolutely they were
He's
hilarious.
great. What's his
Yeah,
name? I
he's
feel
really
bad
funny.
now.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, we're bad people.
Yeah.
Anyway, go look up that name we can't think of. He's great.
But there's a lot of really funny German comedy too.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm sure they're very humorous.
I
Very
want to
logical
know
and
if
funny.
is there a country out there that A, does not think their countrymen are funny, or B, does not think their countrymen are robust drinkers.
Well, you know what's really amazing? You think about I think it's just the way it's portrayed. Like most, this isn't going to stand up to any scrutiny, but it feels like when you depict like past cultures, either like decades ago or hundreds of years ago or something, like that's the one thing that might be kind of missing. Like, I don't know, you see like, I don't know, Native Americans on the plane, like not one of them is cracking a joke. They're not like mixing it up. They're not like, they're all like working and they're all like, they got stuff to do. It's like, oh, would they like joke around? Did they like each other? Did they have gags and things? Like and they must have, because it's like a human thing. And like we're saying, like every nation on earth does it and everything. But it's like, there's, I don't know, like the Pilgrims, did they have jokes? Do they laugh about stuff? Do they like, no? I'm getting a couple of hmms.
Some people may not, like Saudi Arabians may not say we're the greatest drinkers on the planet. Like there may be a few people that say they may be great drinkers. Though. Maybe they may just say they're not.
I'm trying to think of like, you're like, is it Jonathan Winthrop?
Jonathan
like
Winters.
Yeah.
Yeah, sinners in the hands of an angry God.
No, I mean
That's
obviously,
you're
they're
like, that
definitely
guy's
yeah.
hysterical. Was he the guy who did? Who's the guy who did? Was it him?
Was it him or Jonathan Edwards? Yeah,
No, it was Jonathan. That's who it was. It's
but
Jonathan
they were
Edwards.
they
that's the
did
guy I'm
they
thinking.
did. No, yeah, but I mean, for every one of those guys, there had to be some pretty funny people there as well.
You would think.
I think, yeah.
Or like,
I
like
think humanity is pretty much the same everywhere.
Yeah.
So for this joke to land, that can't apply.
No, it's a
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, that's
joke
all I'm
based
saying.
on
based on
stereotypes.
yeah, stereotype.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got it.
Yeah, based on American stereotypes.
I'm thinking of who's the dude, Cotton Mather. Like he was around during the Salem witch trials. You're like, dude's
He was a
like
card.
Hanging, yeah, he's hanging out with a
cut-up.
barrel of monkeys.
He invented the
Cotton
whoopee
Mather.
cushion, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jonathan Edwards. That's the guy, Pete. You're right. Sinners in the hand of an angry God. A bunch of yucks.
bunch of big talkers.
I kind of do want to go back now and be like, why don't you guys lighten up? I'll tell you what, why don't we all just meet for church at 7:20 a.m., okay?
You're right. Whoa, it would be crazy.
Yeah, we were all out drinking last
Yeah.
night. Plymouth Rock.
Come with buttons on our shirts.
But I like we did go. Teddy here's talking, trying to give himself some confidence. He's like, "Come on, big
Yeah.
talker." I like this. Is a nice
yeah.
scene.
It shows a
does
lot of
he-
like self, I don't know, awareness. Like,
Yeah, which is rare.
I'm a little kid. I've been using
Yeah.
bravado this whole time just to get through
Yeah.
life, and
Yeah,
I'm actually
it's
going to
great.
put it to the test.
And they don't
You-
they don't completely hit us over the head with it either. I think it's
No.
nicely done.
He does not fail at anything, does he? In
Oh,
this
good
entire
question.
movie, I don't know. I have to think about that. But he
He does get
pickpockets the
kidnapped,
kid. Yeah,
but that's
he
not,
Well, he pickpockets the kid.
Mhm.
He steals the money.
yeah.
I'm wondering, is there anything he fails at when we meet him
I don't
in
think
Marrakesh?
so. He's kind of on top of stuff.
What was that?
Yeah.
There's a thing with there's the gum. What was the little thing he did with the gum? Indy put the gum in the radiator or whatever. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
for
yeah,
being
that's
a
right. Yeah.
big-
Yeah.
for being a
I thought
big
you were going
talker,
insane.
I don't think he's made a mistake, or at least they don't show us that he has.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a self-doubt in this moment.
Yeah.
But it's also because
But,
he's never he says he can fly, but he's never actually flown a plane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's a big step.
Yeah.
But why is he, if he hasn't failed and if he is showing a lot of self-awareness, why is he not beloved as a character like Shorty?
I don't know. Like, I do think
Is it
that
just
like
the
these
mustache? Is it
that doesn't help. But
No,
I don't know
it
the
doesn't help.
movie like it's so hard sometimes when a movie's not working to know exactly why it isn't, because
Yeah.
it does seem like there are efforts made to give him stuff, like give him character things. Like, I don't know, he can't swim
they
or whatever.
feel like
and,
character things. They don't feel like an actual person.
and they
just
don't
feel
really
like-
go anywhere, and you're not
Yeah.
I don't know, like the reach and pull thing, that was just kind of like a weird clunky thing that didn't do anything, and just I don't like his introduction, like he's like there like sitting there with like the fake, cockpit controls and stuff,
And they
the
literally
guy's
just did
teaching him how
that
to
so that this works, which I also don't
yeah,
like.
but
I
that
like
even
it here.
seems like an endearing thing. Like, oh, he's so into
Yeah.
flying. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way he's gonna have an airplane, so he just made up one on the table with all the
Yeah.
stuff. That should be really endearing and make you think he's a cool kid, and it kind of does in
Yeah.
the moment, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what it is that doesn't carry through
Yeah, I
until
don't
moments
either.
like this, where you're like, he's self-aware.
Teddy.
He's thinking about
Yeah.
himself and what he can and can't do. He's pushing himself a little bit.
you know what? This is a perfect example. It's like we talk about in music when the sum is greater than the parts,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and this just feels like the parts.
Yeah, there's a lot
It-
of parts in this movie.
Yeah, for some reason, it does not coalesce into a greater picture or a greater dynamic, and I don't know why.
And I keep thinking too that it's like that my experience of this movie is the opposite. That it's like I like the movie, but then when I pick at it and look at the little pieces of it, I'm like, wait, what's here? Why did I like this? Not why did I like this movie, but what is here that adds up to a good movie?
Yeah.
And there
I
are
mean,
little
I'm-
things that do add up to that parts that I do like, but I don't know if they like make up a whole.
Does
Well, like
this
the movie, lots of elements I've liked on paper, but I haven't liked at all on rewatching up to about this point. But now I'm suddenly like, oh, I really like what's going on now. Like it's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, does this Tiddly plain hot wire feel like Annie? You could say I meant Anakin
Like-
Skywalker from Phantom Menace, but
I,
you could choose.
I
you could choose the
absolutely could
mu-
have taken that
Yeah.
as Annie, Little
Yeah,
Orphan
as
Annie.
Annie
Yeah.
the musical, sure.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Cherry, you're breaking my heart.
Does it feel like what does this button do?
Yeah.
It
No,
doesn't though,
it
because he
to me.
doesn't. He's not just like clodding his way through it. He's like, I'm going to
Yeah.
hotwire this thing. I've studied
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah,
I know exactly
okay,
what I
yeah.
need to do to make an airplane
it's
fly.
Not, it's not
Okay.
magic.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
a smart
right,
kid.
right.
He's applied and
Yeah.
And they have
applying himself.
midichlorians.
I do have one small complaint in this minute though.
Pete, come on.
And it is a complaint from a quarter that I never expected and from which I've never had a complaint before in any of these movies.
Oh boy,
Maybe in any movie.
I'm scared.
Yeah. John Williams.
Uh-oh.
As Helena is gunning her motorcycle. Well, first of all, when she guns the motorcycle and races out here, the moment's great. It's sort of like Indy on the white horse in Raiders. Mm-hmm. It's like she's going after the plane. I'm like, this is great. And I'm expecting some rousing music, like the Raiders music. And what we get is almost note for note the music from Airplane. when we're learning that the white zone is for immediate loading and unloading only. And it's so weird. And once you hear that, it just takes you right out of that scene.
Oh my God.
It's really weird.
We all know what this is really about. You just want me to get an abortion.
Wow, Pete
That's
nailed
amazing.
that.
Wait, I'm listening again.
It's almost exactly that.
That's crazy.
Which is weird.
Oh my God.
I don't feel like he ever misses, but I feel like he kind of missed right there.
Is he tempted to do that his entire career? Just like, I'm John Williams. I can do what I want. I'll put Bernard Herrmann in here. I'll whatever. I'll
But
put
Bernard
Elton
Herrmann
John in
makes
here.
sense,
I'll put
But
Billy
it's weird
Joel.
'cause it feels like the white horse and Raiders moment to me.
Yeah.
Like it's a hero moment, and then we get
Yeah.
the music from Airplane.
That's a
which is
Robert Hayes
really
moment.
I'm gonna go on and say the Tiddly stuff I'm struggling with.
Okay.
But I love the shot of the motorcycle in the rain
It's great,
following
yeah.
the airplane and the way it's shot, and it's very White Horse. It's very
dreamlike, too.
It's very dreamlike, and it's also indie-like too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't really tell you why, but I was watching it and I was like, I love and the raining. It's like it's raining violently, and you're like, this looks like Cleveland.
This looks like being late for the airplane in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
this just looks like a regular flight at Hopkins Airport
Yeah.
in Cleveland.
This is before I was TSA pre-approved, trying to get a flight from Cleveland.
No, and it's great, and I like she has to maneuver. They give it, you see her in her role. You're like, oh wow, can she solve this? And how is she going to get up there? And she's morphing into the Indiana Jones figure or character
Yeah.
right here. She, she's making it up as she goes along. She's on the motorcycle, which is either from Last Crusade or Mutt, Crystal Skull, and she doesn't know how she's going to get on the plane, and it's a little like the submarine thing where Indy jumps up on the top of the
Yeah.
submarine and looks around.
Yeah.
He's like, now what? She has a little bit of that, and then she finally jumps on the landing gear as it goes up, and the motorcycle crashes before, and you're like, she's the Indiana Jones now.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I really like is it's kind of like, one of the famous things in mystery novels or mystery stories is the locked room mystery.
Yeah.
Is how a murder is committed in a room that's locked from the outside, and you have to how on earth could this be made sense of? And here we have Indy in one plane, Helena on a motorcycle, and Teddy in another plane. How are we going to get those three together in the same scene now? And I think it's a great setup, and I think they actually do it well.
Yeah. Look at you, Pete.
I know.
We should have had a Pete watch this whole time.
I know.
It would have been satisfying right now.
When she jumps onto the landing gear, I get very Lando going up through the cockpit or going up through the hatch vibes too, or Luke in the Bespin Cloud City ductwork.
Sure.
And then there's a lot of stuff going on here because the nose of this bomber looks a lot like the Millennium Falcon cockpit. Mm-hmm. And we may even get a familiar sound coming up.
Oh, really?
There's a lot going on. That cockpit looks so cozy to me, though. Which
It does look
like
nice.
it's stormy outside, and you got the soft glowing lights of the dials, and it's which is weird because it shouldn't feel cozy.
Yeah.
It does feel sort of
Like
cozy.
you have a fireplace in there.
Yeah.
So we see Fuller here, and have you noticed that he has this shock of hair that's blonder?
He looks like Chevy Chase. Like when he's before he puts his hat on. I don't know if it's the way his hair is falling over to the side. He looks like older Chevy Chase. It's weird.
Weird. I don't see that, but I believe
I'll
you.
send you a picture of him. He totally
I
does.
just wonder, like, are they
the
painting
last
him
minute
as
he does.
he's like now officially a Nazi?
Well,
Like
his
he- like
character
he- he looked-
transforms.
I'm just- yeah,
like
I'm
before he
just-
gets on the plane, he's standing there like they have the camera shoots up at him from underneath, like beneath his chin, and he stands there like a chiseled, statue.
Yeah.
And he's come into his own.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like this transformation. He feels now less like a cartoon and more like a character.
And Indy gets like a violent Indy shove,
He does.
which is
I don't know how
nice.
Indy's standing, like after getting shot in the
Yeah.
shoulder.
Oh yeah. And you see him get the old push against the window, and you're like, oh, that feels kind of nice. Just it feels familiar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody's mad at him on a submarine, or they've something. There's
But he
something.
knows a secret now that nobody else knows.
Yeah.
He knows that secret because of that watch, which I love.
Does he think he's going to die in the next hour or something? Indy?
I
Is
think he
like,
probably
I'm just
does.
along for the ride, and I'll
Yeah.
get killed with
Yeah.
these jokers.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'll get
gonna
the last
die, but
laugh.
so are they. Or,
Yeah.
things aren't gonna go well for them.
It's grim.
Oh,
But I'm happy for him.
I don't know if it's grim. I think it's more of he's lived a long life and he's going to take some Nazis with him. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his plan every step of the way since the 30s. Now it's finally going to happen.
Yeah. It's a good way for him to go.
Yeah. We get that shot of the dial. I forgot what it was called. It's the title of the movie, The Dial. And it's now both of the hemispheres, he called them, are they lock into place, pointing at the whatever you call it, the fissure or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And does that make I guess that makes sense if one is supposed to be pointing to where you want to go and the other one is pointing to the fissure. I guess wouldn't they
know.
always be one and the same?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how dials of destiny work.
I don't like. Yeah. I don't like that they change. Like it. As soon as it went from Archimedes maybe just used it to figure out when these fissures happen to turning into you can set your coordinates with the dial, it becomes a very different thing that I don't like as much.
Yeah. It's like a warp drive or something.
Yeah, I mean it's like super advanced technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just kind of out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking out of place.
Speaking
super
of
advanced-
Speaking of out of place.
Well, wait a minute. There is one thing we need to talk about. So
Okay.
at 85,
Uh-huh.
Lee is supposed to pull up and bring the plane, off the runway and into air,
Uh-huh.
and lift up. And he does. He says like 84, close enough, and then he emits a
He screams. He's like, "Wah!"
Yeah, Pete, I want to know your thoughts on that.
I like it. I actually like that because he's like I feel like I would do that. Like if I'm trying to talk myself into doing something that I have no idea if I can do or not, and I'm actually it's starting to happen. You just kind of
Seems like a very natural reaction.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't think it had a little bit of a like Howard Dean flavor?
That's a very specific kind of thing.
If Howard Dean had been 14, that would have been fine. The fact that Howard Dean was 60 made it less fine.
Kids, look up Howard Dean on your computer machine.
No,
right,
like
all right.
8 people are going to get that reference.
Yeah.
8 people are going to get that reference because of his scream.
Yeah.
No.
That's a good
All
reference, though.
Well, speaking of screaming, coming and screaming over the wire.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, this just in. How often does Indiana Jones experience existential dread?
Gosh.
I
Yeah.
feel pretty often.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Look, he just got shoved into the window here. You just asked, does he know he's going to die, or does he think he's going to die?
Yeah, but I don't know if that gives him dread right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he feels
Yeah, he's kind of
existential
resigned
dread.
to it.
Yeah.
He kind of
My
resigned
shoulder
to it.
hurts. I want to go.
Yeah. But I
Oh,
think if you don't have existential dread, I don't feel like you crawl out of your office window to escape students.
Yeah. It's not like when boulders are chasing him down a thing or anything. It's like when he's just like trapped in his office, like, oh my God. I
Yeah,
got
it's just like,
papers
what
to
am I
read.
doing? Yeah, how am I going to get through this?
I'm
Well,
antsy.
okay. So do you think a certain type of person, like because Indy makes it up as he goes along, he doesn't ever experience existential dread?
He might be so busy and so like on the brink of dying at all times that he doesn't have time to even think about it.
Yeah.
Or is he always like, I've been shot 9, now 10 times. I'm going to find a way out of it.
Yeah.
Or if you face it enough times, you sort of become friends with it rather than running from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the whole part of the first part of the movie seems to be a guy who's living every second in existential dread. Like, oh, this is my life. This is my existence now. I've lived too long in some ways. Like, I'm just a sad guy, and nobody
To
cares
me, that's
about
not
me
existential dread. To me, that's more existential fatigue.
anymore. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
But then what would dread look like then?
To me, that looks more like, oh God, what is the
Like-
meaning of everything? I'm going to die. Everything.
It's like a difference. Is you're saying it's like more ennui than it is.
Yeah, I don't think
dread.
he cares if he's going to die. I don't think he cares. To me,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's dread so much as just I'm tired of all this. I don't care about any of this.
Maybe he's not like dreading death, but he's sort of tired of life or something.
Yeah.
Or like his
Yeah.
life. He's like, jeez.
But maybe I don't have a strong understanding of what existential dread means.
You're too happy, Pete. You'll never know.
Well, we get that minute, a while back where he's climbing up the wall and he's like shot 9 times, including
Yeah.
by your father, voodoo, and you're just kind of like,
Collie juice.
yeah, he's
Best friends
Did
with
he-
a kid.
Did he actually say
awful.
collie juice?
No,
I think he said collie blood, right?
yeah, he did.
Collie juice.
It is a form of juice.
He's well aware of I mean that I don't know. Like there's two ways of looking at it. It'd be like, come on, haven't I been through enough already? Why am I doing this? My arms don't work, my knees don't work. I need
Yeah.
a minute. Or is he like, there's been collie blood, I've got shot 9 times and I'm still alive. Why you kind of say this could be a cause of celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, now that I'm rethinking the existential dread thing a little bit too, because I feel like he doesn't ever ask the big questions like, why am I here? Or what is the meaning
No, he
of
doesn't
this?
seem
so
to,
maybe he
right?
doesn't have existential dread because maybe that's why this stuff doesn't affect him, is because he doesn't really give himself time to think about it. Like that's
Yeah.
why he's always racing from thing to thing.
Well, that's the part that's interesting. Is he's we know him. He knows so much. We keep following him around. Love to hear his tales, and yet he's so distant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
a hard
maybe
guy to pin down.
maybe he's a bit stunted.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
have discovered that.
He's been running from his dad and from life and some forms of responsibility his whole life, and he doesn't want to slow down long enough to have to think about stuff. And now that he's older and physically slower, he has to think about stuff, and
He doesn't have a choice because he
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
run. He can't
He
outrun
has
it
that
anymore.
moment on the the rock wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as one does.
sure.
That's one does.
We all face our rock walls at some point.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of facing,
I feel like he would have had an existential moment after Wuhan got shot.
oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know though.
That's
You-
a
you-
really
we-
standout moment. We go back to Wuhan a lot because it's so different from so many other parts of these movies.
Why is that so different than Maxine? Wait, what's her name? The lady that gets shot in this movie.
Gosh, what? Who?
The
Oh,
FBI, the CIA.
at the office at the
Yeah.
school.
Oh yeah.
No, in the helicopter.
You talk about
Oh
the
yeah.
detective,
Oh my God, yeah. Because Indy didn't know her at all, and so
But
there's
why-
not like
why don't I remember her name? What I'm asking is why don't I remember
Yeah.
her name? But why do we come back to Wuhan over and over and over? Like, what is it that makes him so compelling?
You were
And
a
I like her
kid.
character in this.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't even remember what her name is.
right, Mason.
Yeah.
Mason. Thank
Yeah.
you, not Maxie.
Maxie. She I don't know. It's I wonder if she had been a pal of Indiana Jones's and he witnessed her death, if that would have, been more emotional for us as an audience.
Yeah, she had been like his TA or whatever.
But she was compelling as a character somewhat. Like I
was.
liked her. I just don't understand why a lot of this movie isn't landing.
Yeah.
But I don't,
And to be fair, it's
I know
not
I've
like
been
I don't
negative,
think,
but I feel like it hasn't landed for anyone in culture. Like no one's talked about this movie after it came
and
out.
went. Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing the Wuhan like sticks with you. Like you might have to do a podcast about Indiana Jones movies to like go back to Wuhan more than once in your life. But he does in that realm. He does stand out as like because it's Indy's reaction to it too, like to his death. He's like because he's never had. It's like the only pal of his we ever see get killed. I think. Besides whatever Mac, and he doesn't count because he's a jerk. And,
Wait, I
and he's
just
all
also
right.
don't get that moment. He's like, into the great unknown, I go first.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, they talked all about this. Like that's the
Yeah.
thing. You're like, wow, they talked, they that's what feels different is you're like, I have no idea what Indy and Wuhan have been talking about, have been living, their
Yeah.
friendship, their relationship over the years, but I know it exists.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know what it is. I don't
Right.
need to know. It's kind of like, as I always say, is Boba Fett a Taurus?
I
don't need
or
to
does
know.
he drive a Taurus?
Yeah, it's just like, there's certain things you just don't need to know, but it works. But for some reason, this movie just has less of that, despite the fact that like Indy and Wombat, there could be a whole thing there. I mean, he
There
calls
really
her
should be.
Wombat. And,
Yeah.
eh.
It's strange. It's a movie out of time, about time, and being out of time.
Yeah.
And we're out of time. The show's over. What are
Whoa.
we still doing here? Everybody, thank you so much for listening. We hope you've had fun. Let us know your thoughts over at the Indiana Jones Minute and the Listeners Crusade group over on Facebook. Hey, you could also go over to patreon.com/Indiana Jones Minute and support this show and get early access to these episodes. And you get bonus episodes of our show Anything Goes, where we talk about tons of other stuff, other movies, other shows, other things, life. We figure it all out for you so you don't have to. You can avoid that existential dread because we got to figure it out for you. But do all that, and please come back here next week for the next 3 minutes of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny right here on the Indiana Jones Minute.
There you go. You know
The
what?
red zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only.